What's good, everybody? What if free and stuff here? Coming at you with part 5 of What If Deku Was Rick. Yeah, I'm not making a part 2 of part 4, that's just too confusing. And I'm sorry I couldn't get anything to you yesterday because... kind of job hunting. Hey, got an interview tomorrow though. Anyways, let's continue. She says, May, Izuku, where I last left off. I can't even speak English right now. Yay! I hope I'm not like this the entire video. Anyways, May, they were both in the garage where I last left off. May says, "Is that even conceivable?" Then Izuku says, remembering his statement, he says, well, maybe not everywhere, but light can pass through that many particles, yes. And you still be able to malleably see. I can't speak English. Malleable. Is that even the isn't that the, I don't even think that's the proper context to use that in. Whatever, let's continue. Izuku says, so yeah. No, I refuse to be part of an organization that literally beats people for just trying to survive. You know how crime is down by down to 3%? She says, yeah, thanks to All Might. He says, there's something you need to know about crime. There's always one thing that makes crime inevitable. Guess what that is? She's like, what is it? Maybe we can solve it. He says, poor people. That's what makes crime inevitable. Poor people. People who doesn't make as much as others. It's always been the thing. It's always been there. Since society became a thing. Okay? It's always been like that. I'm surprised you haven't caught on to that. She says, damn, yeah, you got me on that one. He says, of course I did. Anyways, back to spaceship thingy. Yes, I've made a spaceship that can withstand such a vacuum that can tear anything apart. Yeah, it can withstand that. She says, huh, what does it look like? He says, I'll show you, as he rips off a tarp. Looks like a little alien spaceship with 2 trash cans duct taped to the side and a set of wheels. She's looking at it and says, why? I don't know if I should laugh at you or just leave you. He says, well, get in. I'll show you something amazing. She says, I'm not sure if I want to get in that thing. It looks like I'm going to open the door and it's going to fall off. He says, oh, no, don't worry. I made sure it's not going to fall off. That duct tape? That's not normal duct tape. I mixed the adhesive myself. It's gonna stick. She says, Jesus Christ. Okay, here we go. And she goes to open the door. Carefully. It doesn't fall off. She's like, that's surprising. Wait, if I accidentally kick it, is it gonna fall apart? He says, no. In fact, watch this. As he kicks the ever-loving crap out of it. Just boom, 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 boom. Not even a dent. She's like, Jesus Christ. What is this thing made of? Nothing from Earth. Earth has weak-ass material. Okay? Steel is like the space equivalent of lead. Like industrial strength steel today, right now, is the equivalent of lead out in space. Oh yes, there is much stronger shit out there. And he slaps the roof of the car and not the roof, that'd be glass, slaps the hood of the car and says, and this is the strong shit. Get in. She says, okay, and she gets in. Izuku rolls out of the garage and does something with the steering wheel, and it just shoots up. See the curvature of the Earth already. She's like, whoa. At least we can get up really high really quick. How the fuck did I not die? He says, trust me. I've worked out those kinks. She says, how? The justifical force should have turned me into fucking tomato soup. Even you. He says, yes. But I managed to fix that. And besides, it's too complicated. Your itty bitty brain wouldn't understand. Then she just starts beating on him like, my brain is not little. You know, like, just kind of like signs of a couple there. Signs of a couple. Not a couple, just signs. Anyways. That's not COVID. Shut up. Anyways. Izuku says, anyways, yeah. After she gets done beating on him, he says, anyways, yeah. I have no intention on going to UA. No intention at all. If I do happen to go to UA, I would probably be trespassing to pick you up for something. She says, why would you be trespassing on UA? Because I didn't sign up. She says, why though? You're so smart. He says, exactly. My intelligence ranks far beyond anyone else on this planet. Probably even the principal of UA, Nezu. And he's one of the smartest creatures on the planet. Last time I took an IQ test, I was 5. I clocked in at an IQ of 300. Mei's all like, Jesus Christ. He says, yes, Jesus Christ. Which doesn't exist, by the way. Sorry, Southerners. Sorry, not sorry. He says, then Izuku says, look up. And look out. She says, for what? He says, not as in cautiously, just in general. Look out there. Mei says, yeah, what about it? He says, what's out there? Do you know? She says, no. He says, do you want to know what's out there? She says, well, piques my curiosity sometimes. Please, I have discovered interdimensional travel. And space is what's piquing your mind right now? Not even what's happening in other universes? Other versions of what could be happening right now? Okay, I came across one where I was literally the only dude, or at least think. That shit's creepy. Anyways, let's not talk about it. She says, why did you bring it up then? Just to make the point. I have discovered interdimensional travel, and you're still thinking about space? Come on. I know you're a little smarter than that. She says, well, I'm not sure how to think next to you. You are literally like god of brain cells. He says, I have the normal amount of brain cells as everyone else. I just have... I don't know what I have. Not even sure if it's a quirk or if it's just a natural ability. I mean, it came up positive as a quirk, but I think it might have evolved. She says, well, your quirk is part of you. He says, yeah, you got a point on that one. He says, but I'm going to be out there most of the time. Exploring. Seeing what's out there. Learning. Learning stuff. Doing stuff that would probably freak most of the people out on Earth. Freak out most of the people on Earth. And I'm not sure if I want to bring anyone with me. She says, well, if you bring someone, they'll eventually just get used to it. He says, I know. But I'm not sure who to bring. You, my mom, Bakugo. I changed my mind on Bakugo, not him. I don't know who to bring. She says, well, I mean, I'm always up for availability. He says, that's the thing. You're always too available. If you catch my rift. And she says, are you calling me something I'm not? He says, maybe, maybe not. Who knows? And then she begins beating on him some more. After they get done. He says, and besides, once you go to UA, you're not going to be available almost ever again. Because once you go into something like that, you're gridlocked. There's no escaping. Until you retire or get such a bad injury that you're enforced to retire. She says, so you've already got it all figured out? He says, no, I don't. I'm far from figuring it out. I have the intelligence to say that and mean it. But out there is where I can find what I need to figure out. Hell, I might even explore Farpqua 9 for a little bit more. She's like, what is Farpqua 9? He says, oh shit, you don't know about that. Okay. You have read things about the Middle East and early human history, correct? She says, yeah, that shit is insane. He says, oh yeah, Flopqua 9? That shit makes that look tamed. Okay? That that is Middle East is compared to Flopqua 9 is tamed. Okay? Like, for just speaking my own language, I could get capital punishment. She says, why did you go there? He said, because I was exploring. What else happens when you explore and you find a society deeply, like, so goddamn balls deep in religion, they can't pull it out? Pink. She says, shut up. He giggles a little bit more. And he says, but seriously though, that sector of the Milky Way is so freaking religious. It makes the Middle East look atheist. She says, Jesus Christ. Sounds terrible. How do they live? He says, by the sweet, sweet mercy of their priest. She says, oh God, wow, so, nothing of freedom? He says, no, you're born a slave, you die a slave. You're born rich, you die poor. The priests and the kings are the only ones who maintain any kind of power. Oh my God, it's terrible in there. She says, Jesus, how do you know this? He says, spent 15 minutes there. In 15 minutes is all I've ever spent there. She says, Jesus Christ. He says, yeah, I haven't went back. Yet. She says, yet? I'm sorry, yet? Nope, you're not going anywhere. He says, you can't stop me. She says, oh yes I can. I can keep you pinned to the bed. He says, that's just weird. She says, yeah, you're right, that is weird. I didn't say that. He says, oh, you very well said it. She says, okay, what do you got, like a recorder in here or something? He says, yes. I've got 14 mics in 14 different positions, all recording at high quality. I mean, like, higher quality than this phone. It's almost like speaking to each other in person. So, he says, anyways, yeah, I recorded everything. She says, Jesus Christ, you're weird. He says, weird, but intelligent. So, this is the one real question I have for you. Do you want to go out there, explore with me? Or do you want to pursue a career on this planet? She says, I'm not sure what I want to do, Izuku. I'm not even sure at all. He says, well, it's going to be impossible to dabble in both. Well, I mean, it can actually, but still. This is going to get crazy. And trust me. So much shit is going to hit the fan. Okay? It's going to have a permanent stink. Like, there ain't no cleaning that off. Just riding around with me in this thing for a week. She says, oh, ew, sounds nasty. It gets nasty. Oh, God. She says, after, like, her just thinking about it, her contemplating, she says, I finally made a decision. He says, what is it? She says, I think I'm gonna stick with you for a while. A while? She says, yeah. Izuku says, for how long is a while in your translation? She says, I don't know, like 3-4 years maybe. Up until about I can already legally get a job, but when I'm a full-grown adult, really. He says, out here, there are so many societies like Earth, okay? It's not even funny, okay? You will be able to get a job elsewhere other than that planet, okay? Shit, you can just go to a planet and pick up a shovel. Oh, you're already working. They don't care. Other planets? Shit, it's so complicated I even had to think about what they were talking about. This planet, simple. Other planets, it's so simple, you don't even need paper. You just need to show them that you know how to shovel shit. And then you're stuck shoveling shit. Or you can work a computer. Or you can fire a rifle. Or do anything. If you can do anything, that's what you're fucking doing. Like, oh boy. She says, so, why did you open the door up to me like this? He says, oh boy, here we go. Most of the time, most boys my age, they'd be stammering. They'd be beet red. She says, you are blushing. He says, of course I am. Now, shh. The reason I opened up the door like this to you, in all honesty, is because I like you. More than any other person on the planet. Well, that planet in particular. And any other planet. She says, she goes beet red. She's like, what? He says, yep, you heard me. I mean, I can play back the audio. She says, no, I heard you. Just, you caught me off guard. He says, yeah, tends to happen. So, okay. Wow. Damn. He says, yeah. At least I have more nuts than most boys of my age, right? She says, yeah, most of them would be stammering, all right. Except for the cocky, confident ones. Yeah. Little masculine, toxic masculinity. Little bastards. But with me, you at least won't have to worry about that. I mean, of course, I'm gonna make some terrible jokes, but you won't have to worry about it. She says, yay, perfect. He says, nothing's perfect. Nothing has never been perfect. Nothing will ever be perfect. There is no such thing as perfection. She says, why do you gotta ruin my dreams like that? Dreams are ruined for the gain of intelligence. She says, yeah, I'm beginning to realize that now. He says, so, how you feeling about your first adventure? She says, well, we got 10 months until we gotta put in our application. Well, my application, at least. What's the worst gonna happen? 5 days later. Oh, yeah. It's happening. That just happened. Not exactly to the bill. Something similar. Just as crazy. Ignore my fart. But something just as... That's gonna stick with her. For good. Sorry about the pause. A butt face came in. I had to deal with it. Anyways, yeah. 5 days. Mentally scarred. First impression. Izuku says, okay. After they get in the car, he sits down, silent for a second, white-knuckled, gripping the fucking steering wheel. He says, okay. That was far out of my control. That, oh my god, shit hit the fan. Holy crap. Oh. She says, why did you drag me into this? He says, you agreed to come with me. She says, May says, yeah, shit, you're right. He says, yes. Yes, I am correct. Jesus Christ. Oh god, that was all purely luck. I'm surprised I managed that. Oh. I need to hit a spa. She says, what do you mean by hit a spa? He says, I go there, pay the money to get my back done, my face de-wrinkled, and just get a minute to relax. She says, good idea. He says, oh god, there's so many to choose. She says, find the one with a medium cost. He says, yes. Yeah. Anyways, after searching for a good 30 minutes, I come across one. It's not too bad. Izuku. After going through several very therapeutic massage sessions, he seems a lot less tense. May is feeling great. May in the middle of getting her feet absolutely destroyed, not physically, like massage wise, getting her feet destroyed, she sharply inhales like, damn it! The masseuse says, oh, fuck, I did something wrong, didn't I? She says, no, you're fine. You were doing fine. I forgot to call my mother. He says, your mother? You mean the female that gave birth to you? She says, yep. He says, how protective is she? For my planet, like 65 instinctual rating when it comes to mothering. He says, ooh, oh my. Should I finish this up or do you need to go? She says, oh no, finish this up right now. You're doing good. Keep going. He says, okay. Keeps going. Izuku, remembering, oh, right, I have family. Oh. Izuku, where are you? He says, Trophulok 6, actually. She says, what is that? Is that a street is in the city? Or, he says, nope, it's a stretch of the Milky Way that I am currently in right now. She says, oh my god. What do you mean by the Milky Way? He says, space, Mom. I am in space. She says, oh my god. Are you okay? Are you safe? He says, yes, I'm very safe right now. She says, okay. Are you hiding from something? He says, no. I'm in a space ball. She says, what? He says, yes, I am in a space ball. She says, oh my god. Safe? He says, very. It's like a 4-star spa joint. She says, oh, 4-star. Dang. Yeah, my little itty bitty town lives next to a fort. And they've been setting off explosives for the past 2 days now. Okay, I hear them on my way to work. I hear them on my way back from work. Boom, boom, boom. Some of it hits real heavy. Okay, I mean, I can hear some pops. Not gunfire, just pops of smaller explosions, and then the nice, satisfying thud of bigger explosions. Anyways, yeah, I think the fort next to my town is testing explosives. So if you hear boom off in the background, chill the fuck out. Nothing happening. A racist mob isn't blowing stuff up, trust me. Let's continue, shall we? He says, anyways, Mom, calm down. Oh yeah, do you know Mei Hatsume? She says, yes, I know her. Isn't she your girlfriend? He says, not yet. She says, oh? Oh. Oh my. He says, oh yes. Anyways, I need you to contact her mother. Tell her that she's safe, that she's with me. She says, you know how bad that's gonna sound? Exactly. She says, so you're gonna piss her mom off on purpose? Yes. Not deliberately. That's not the entire plan, but she has to get pissed off for it to actually activate. She says, would she be able to reach you from where you're at? He says, obviously, Mom, I reached you. We're using normal cell phones right now. Okay? She says, oh, dang. He says, yes. Except for May's cell phone. Her model is not quite built for these type of radio waves or cell phone waves. She says, oh, okay. How about you call May's mom? He says, lady, does it look like I have a death wish? No, thank you. I am good. She says, okay. You might actually want to call her, though. Tell her that her daughter is safe. He says, yeah, I'll do that. Anyways, love you, Mom. See you later. She says, see you later. You better get back soon, son. He says, yes, ma'am. They both hang up. Izuku reluctant for a second. He's like, oh, God. Damn it. Types in, punches in the number, calls. She's like, hello? Hello? Have you found my daughter? He says, yes, actually, I did. She says, you're the kidnapper, aren't you? He says, kidnapper, no. Technically, I would be a kidnapper, but I'm also a kid. Therefore, is it really kidnapping? Anyways, your daughter is safe. I know where she is. I'm not meaning this to sound threatening, okay? Calm down. She's with me right now. May's mom goes, where are you two right now? He says, Trophy Lock 9. 6. Trophy Lock 6. Frick, I get those two mixed up. She says, is that a street? In the city? He says, no. It's a little more than a few blocks away, okay? You're actually gonna have to, like, leave to find this place. She says, so, downtown? He says, further. Another city? Further. Oh my God. Where is she? Trophy Lock 9. She says, what is that? Where is that? He says, that's a stretch in Trophy Lock 6. Fuck. Trophy Lock 6. Shut the fuck up. Sorry about that. That was my little brother trying to creak by without making a noise. Oh, and little brother, if you happen to watch this video later, sorry about that. I love you. But let's continue! Oh my. 32 minutes in. Oh well. Anyways, ow. Yeah. Oh God. I'm having trouble remembering. Damn it. She says, wait. What? He says, yes. Trophy Lock 6 is a stretch of the Milky Way, your current galaxy. She says, okay, now I know you're bullshitting me. He says, oh, you want me to teleport you through? She says, what do you mean? As he opens up a portal and he hears her all like, oh my God, what is that? He says, step through. No. Okay. Izuku says, okay. As he steps through, sticks his head through and says, come on, it's just a spa. In space. She says, is it like one of those truck stop spas? He says, no. It's a space 4-star mall. She says, meaning it's like a 6-star mall on this planet. She says, why would I trust you? You took my daughter. He says, because your daughter's on the other side of this portal. And if you want to see her, you have to come through. If not, well, this might be a few more days before she gets back. She says, fine. As May's mother steps through. Izuku, pulling his hat out of the way. She steps through. She says, as she looks around, she's like, 6-star? Dude, this is like 7-star. Holy crap. He says, yep, all for the price of like a 2-star. She says, holy crap. This looks amazing. Where's my daughter? He says, probably getting her feet done. Okay, May comes up from behind Deku, like, that guy was great. I can't wait to see him again. He says, you know, when you say that out of context, that sounds very, very terrible. She says, I know. She says, May, oh my God, you're okay. She says, Mom, how did you get here? She's like, you're weirdo. Kind of teleported me in. She says, Mom, I'm in space too. That makes me just as weird. He says, Izuku says, okay, now my feelings are hurt. She says, May's mother says, I don't care about your feelings. You kidnapped my daughter. She says, how is it kidnapping? If I agreed to come with. And there is proof. That proves so. May's mother says, what? You agreed to go with this weird little kid? Ma'am, me and your daughter are the same age. She says, am I talking to you? No. Go do your weird thing, whatever you do. Izuku says, you know I have the ability to put you right back where I found you, right? She says, oh, prove it. As he opens up a portal right under her feet. She falls through. Right back onto the couch. She was just, right back into her living room. She's like, what the... what? Izuku sticks his head through and says, you see, I can do anything. I have the intelligence, I have the will, and I have no qualms doing it either. She says, oh my god, you have just threatened me. He says, oh no, that's not a threat. That's a promise, okay? If you get any more annoying than you already are, and trust me, you are very annoying right now, I have the ability to leave you in your own living room. Now, is that threatening? If I just dump you off in your own living room? She says, no, but it is against the law that you took my daughter. He says, we both agreed to come here. We both agreed to do this, okay? This isn't kidnapping. This is just two teenagers hanging out that went horribly wrong. I mean, like, goddamn. She says, watch your language. Piss, fuck, shit, motherfucker, pussy. I don't give a flying shit about my language. So, do you want to come up here? Come back out into this 7-star spa. She says, I'm not really sure because your weird ass is there. He says, I'm gonna take that as a no. May says, yeah, why did you like berate my mom like that? He says, because I've been called weird all my life. Imagine if everyone kept calling you weird all your life. She said, yep, I understand that reaction. Anyways, I think we should start heading home. He says, that's a good idea. Anyways, they begin walking home. Well, they begin walking to the car. Izuku says, oh yeah, and it's like a 3-day trip there. Going back home. She says, well, one thing to do. He says, what's that? She says, chocolate. He says that only exists on Earth. May is like, what? What? Who took chocolate away from me? She says, they don't know about chocolate. As far as they know, chocolate doesn't exist. They don't know what chocolate is. And there is almost no substitute out here. She says. And then she says. Oh, ooh. Sounds like it's my time to shine. He says, are you seriously about to capitalize on chocolate? She says, yes. He says, no. I don't believe in capitalizing. That's if you take a long, hard stare of what that has done to people, you might actually reconsider thinking anything capital ever again. She says, "Oh, okay. What has capital done?" He says, "Oh my gosh, okay. No, it's best you read what capitalism has done. You haven't quite experienced it yet. I most certainly have experienced capitalism. The good side of it, and most certainly the bad side of it." She says, "What do you mean?" "I have traveled through a lot of universes. A lot of them. And so many of them. I'm poor. In a capitalized country." She says, "And what does that mean?" "After a certain point, you can't get a job. After a certain point, you starve. After a certain point, you're the leader, the nation's leader, the president, the emperor, whatever have you. Sometimes he can go so far with it, it's no longer capitalism. It practically turns into fascism." She says, oh, ew. She says, "Yeah." She says, "Well, I know what fascism is, but, you sure it's fascism?" She says, "Yes. I have seen it happen. I've read it. I've read it happen. For example, the United States in the 2020s, that shit hit the fan hard, okay?" She says, "Not as hard as we saw shit hit the fan." He says, "Yes, that hit pretty hard." She says, "Yeah, that hit harder than Lawrence Taylor." He says, Izuku says, "Who's Lawrence Taylor?" She says, "A linebacker from 2006 for the New York Giants." He says, "You watch American football?" She says, "Yes, it's kind of a rough sport. Kind of funny, actually." He says, "Okay, I understand the strategic play of it, but most of the time, those guys need to use like half their brain cells just to move their fucking toe." She says, "I don't care, it's fun to watch. Especially when they run out of brain cells, when they're all kind of just standing there like..." He says, "Yes, no, that is actually kind of funny." Anyways, they begin their way home. And then, on their way home, she gets curious and says, "Hey, Izuku, what does a truck stop in space look like?" Izuku's like, "Let me show you." And he takes her to what seems like on Earth a decent little like 4-star restaurant on planet Earth, comparably. Okay? He says, "This is a truck stop. The equivalent of a truck stop in space." She says, "Dang. This is actually pretty cool. I'm not actually going by space standards now." He says, "If you do that, people's gonna look at you like entitled." She says, "What? Out in space? This is a truck stop. How can I be entitled if I'm using space standards?" He says, "But on our planet..." Oh. Okay, this is like a 4-star restaurant in France or somewhere. She says, Yeah, you got a point." He says, "Oh, what do you want to drink?" She says, "What's the legal age of alcohol?" He says, No. She said, "Dang it. Oh well, screw it. Just some kind of fruit juice. He says, you know they have soft drinks too, right? Soft drink. May says soft drink. Without hesitation. Nay, enjoy a couple of soft drinks. And Izuku gets a decent burger. Like a number 2 from McDonald's. That shit's good. Like, let me tell ya. So, Izuku. After that, he says, well, good thing this place doubles as a motel, too. She says, what? He says, yes, this place doubles as a motel. She says, oh, neat. Are you feeling tired? He says, oh, yes, I'm feeling very tired. She says, okay, let's get a room then. He says, right. Anyways, he goes up to the desk and asks for a key. He says, the guy at the desk tosses him one. Izuku tosses a little bag at him. Full of coins. They go up to the room. The guy at the counter says as they begin to go to the elevator, he says, remember to use protection, you two. They both look at him and say, we're just getting some sleep. We're not doing anything. Yeah, the guy behind the counter starts giggling. She says, what the hell was perverted chuckles all about? He says, I have no idea. And Izuku says, you know, I have a bad feeling we're probably about to find out. She says, oh god. Hope it's nothing too bad. As they get to the room, they expected 2 beds. Nope, there's 1. May says, ooh, damn. Who's getting the floor? He says, me. She says, good idea. Good night, as she hops into the bed, taking all the blankets. He's like, you know you don't need those. She says, I don't care. Suffer. He says, you know I can just use my force field to trap heat, right? She says, dang it. He giggles as he takes a pillow. She's like, hey, give me that back. He says, you have, like, 5 of them bitches. Just give me 2. She said, no. He says, give me. She said, no. He's like, I will take another. Fine. And she hands him another. As he lays on the floor, she throws him down a blanket and says, here. He says, all right, good night. But May says good night. May, just laying there, doing what most teenagers at that age do, running impossible scenarios through their head. She peeks over the edge. Izuku is freaking asleep. I mean, like, he got a little snore and it's adorable. She's like, oh, it's so cute. Izuku says, well, Izuku doesn't say anything. He's sleeping. She just kind of watches him. And eventually she falls asleep. When she wakes up that morning. Well, okay. Anyways, when Izuku wakes up that next morning, he feels something on top of him. Him going straight to thinking. Thinks for a second. He says, most probable thing that have happened? May has fallen on me. Cracks his eyes open. Lo and behold, May is sleeping right on top of him. Straddled, really. He says, great. And then he gets an idea. He has some audio he collected. He says, perfect. And then he plays a certain noise, which wakes her up fast. The noise an alien makes when it's about to kill you. May came across one of those, got anxiety, and she's never, ever leaving Izuku's side because of that. Oh yeah, shit hit the fan. Izuku is laughing his ass off. She's like, damn it! Stop it! And she starts beating on him. And she fully sits up and stretches. Izuku says, May doesn't completely notice, but she hasn't got off of him yet. Izuku says, you know, you kind of look beautiful from down here. She looks down at him, notices the position she's in. Damn near clears the bed. Oh yeah. She's like, you are a pervert. He says, you fell on top of me. How do you fall off a bed? She says, I get a little wild in my sleep. He says, apparently so. She says, shut up. Izuku's just... Anyways, we gotta get going soon. She says, right. She starts making the bed. Izuku says, no, don't worry. People have a job for that. She says, oh, okay. Anyways, they leave. And that is where I'm leaving this part off here. Because 52 minutes, I'm sorry guys, I didn't plan for an hour-long special. That's for like when I get up to 100 subscribers. Foreshadowing. Anyways, if you guys have something to say or you like or dislike the video, down there, you know what to do. Bye!